You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris. Well, I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Hope everybody's doing good. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. Thank you very much. So let's get right into it, right? I'm on TikTok occasionally from time to time. So, of course, I stumbled upon this, the EPT queen bragging. I mean, literally bragging, praising and worshiping the fact that she gets 3,000 in EPT benefits a month for 7 kids from not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 7 different fathers. I cannot make this up, right? So I thought it was imperative that I shared this with all of you, because this is what you men have to realize. These are the type of chicks that y'all be knocking up, and they intentionally get knocked up because they know the system is going to provide, the system is going to increase their food stamps, the system is going to give them housing, is going to give them governmental assistance. So you have women who make a living specifically off of womb hustling, just through having children. They don't have to do no real work other than find a simp, find a sucker that's willing to knock them up to where they have to pay child support for 18 years. And if that kid is in college, some states make you pay up till when a child turns 23. Okay, so this is a harsh reality check, right? That you have a lot of these black women out here, not all, if it doesn't apply, you don't have to apply, but you got a lot of black women out here who are taking advantage and living off the system, and they're actually proud of it. They're not embarrassed, they're not ashamed. This is something they do for a living, okay? I call it the broke broad hustle, right? Anytime a woman has to resort to only being able to provide by having multiple children, that already shows you her mindset. That already shows you that hood rat mentality that she's displaying. However, y'all don't have to take my word for it. I'm going to play the beautiful beam footage just to show y'all that there's some sisters out here who really on this level, who are really, you know, they have this type of mindset. It's this modernized, you know, culture of women out here who really think it's a badge of honor having multiple children from multiple men, so that way they can get multiple benefits. But let's play the footage, right, so y'all can check it out.
Okay, you guys, yes, I am a mother of 7 kids. 7 kids. I had my first child at 14 years old.
All right, so let's pump the brakes right there. She clearly admitted she had her first child at 14 years old. So that means somebody uncle is a PDF file, okay? So somebody uncle, somebody daddy, some you know, PDF pookie around the way knew she was 14, okay? And this is something that a lot of the people in the black community, they're not going to talk about. But 9 times out of 10, some of these black women, when they become very promiscuous at a young age, like 14, there was someone who took advantage of the situation. Okay, nobody wants to talk about these pookie pedophiles, okay? Nobody wants to talk about them, all right? They play a major part in why a lot of these females be promiscuous and have multiple children. You have to realize she said she was 14 years old, okay? Could have been someone her age, but I think that's a slim shot. You have a lot of these PDF file pookies in the black communities, right? They capitalize off of the immaturity and the lack of experience and the lack of education with these type of females. Somebody uncle, he might be in his 50s, 60s, When rubbing up on her, messing with her, next thing you know, she's pregnant. So this is another problem in the black community, y'all. We got a lot of pedophile pookies. They're impregnating these young broads, and what happens is when these young broads find out, once I get impregnated from a pookie, I can get benefits, I can get food stamps. Guess what? They keep going.
Yes, I had my first child at 14 years old. I do not regret it. He is well, healthy, and he's 19 right now. God, praise God. Yes, you guys, I have 7 kids, 7 different baby daddies. Yeah, 7 different baby daddies.
Now, you notice she repeated it as if it's a badge of honor to have 7 kids from 7 different men. So this brings me to my next issue. Every pookie that came after the next pookie who saw she had 2 kids, he hit it anyway and gave her a 3rd. Pookie who came after him saw she had 3 kids and gave her a 4th. The next pookie who came after that pookie gave her a 5th, seeing she had 4. Y'all already get my drift. There's so many of these pookies that are not being addressed in the black community. Okay, we already know it's trifling black females out here, right? But the thing is, a lot of these dudes be knowing it, and they hit it raw anyway. When you see she already got 2, 3, 4, 5 different baby daddies, why would you go shoot up the club? Okay, why would you impregnate a woman, a female, who already shows you obviously she's irresponsible? Okay, she has multiple children for multiple different men, but yet you felt comfortable laying with her unprotected. She didn't get 7 kids from 7 different men by herself. There's some dudes out here on pookie time, okay? On straight pookie time. So desperate. Willing to take anything because it's easy. Only to find out it's nothing but an entrapment.
I heard it. You heard it right here. 7 different baby daddies, 7 kids. Had my first child at age 14. Yes, and I do receive $3,000 in EBT food stamps. Yes. We are so happy. We are so blessed. We are very thankful. Yes, we are happy where we're at in life right now. We are happy. Yes, we are happy. Yes.
So this is my thing. If you're really that happy, the fact that you have to come on TikTok making it a praise and worship service that you have 7 kids from 7 different men and you're getting 3,000 in food stamps, this to me indicates that you really are not happy. Okay, I noticed that there's a lot of sisters that are very bitter about the choices they made in life, and what they do, what they usually have the tendency to do, they celebrate their failures. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one who's noticed this, right? It's always those bitter baby mamas online. I don't need no baby daddy. I'm the baby daddy. I'm the baby mama. My kids don't want for nothing. They have to brag about the things they brought for their kids. They have to brag about all of the things that they do for their children. They have to go on social media, TikTok, Facebook, posting pictures of all of the things that they do with their children and all of the things they do for their children. Going on bashing baby daddy rants, ninjas and sugar honey iced tea, my baby daddy deadbeat, the typical bitter broken baby mama syndrome, right? So the truth is, a lot of them do all of this bragging because they are really miserable. They hate that they had to resort to even having to depend on these type of resources, because the truth is they are angry with the fact that they chose to have children from deadbeats, which in turn caused them to have to depend on the system in the first place. And what tends to happen is, in many cases, when these females get knocked up by these pookies, and these pookies fail them, they disappoint them, They don't come through. It makes them very bitter to the point to where they have to constantly keep trying to prove a point. I'm happy. My kid's happy. We don't want for nothing. Well, if you're that happy, you don't have to keep coming on Facebook, TikTok, or any other social media platform bragging about how happy you are, bragging about how you and your kids are not struggling, bragging about how you and your children are well taken care of. The last time I checked, you don't get brownie points for taking care of your children, dear. You brought all of these kids here. It is your job and your responsibility to make sure they eat. Whether Pookie provides or Pookie doesn't provide, that's a part of being a mother. You don't get any brownie points for that. So, to me, this is a hurt broad. She's hurt. And she has to let it be known to her deadbeat Pookie baby daddies that she's not in a struggle. That basically, she's not wanting for anything. When the truth is, I don't care if you're getting 3,000 of food stamps, because this is the funny part about this whole video, right? She never talks about the fathers. She never talks about how all of my kids' fathers are in their life. All of my kids' fathers, they do their share. They are dependable. You know, they are awesome co-parents. She never talks about the baby daddies. Why? Because all of her baby daddies are deadbeats. Why? Because those are the 7 guys that she chose. Because if she's up here bragging about food stamps, I can't see her not bragging about all her baby daddies if she felt like they was really doing the right thing. So for her to brag about the system, this really shows her lack of education. This shows her lack, or no, not lack of, but it shows her significance and ignorance of how small her mindset is, right? This is an angry sister lashing out because apparently she's not getting help from none of her deadbeat baby daddy Pookies. That's what's going on, y'all. That's why she's doing this big old TikTok. It's supposed to be like a 90-90 boo-boo type thing. Yeah, I know y'all not helping me, but guess what? I'm good. I'm getting 3,000 in food stamps. So this is, to me, this strikes me as a get back type of thing, because she's angry, she's bitter, she's broken, that the baby daddies are not helping her. Most females in this situation, this is what they do. When they ain't shit baby daddies are not helping them, they always have to brag about what type of assistance or all of what they're doing for their children.
Like I said, it's gonna be haters, you know, people gonna be jealous and all that. Y'all can keep y'all little comment.
Nobody's not hating on a female, you know, that's giving me werewolf vibes. But 7 kids, 7 baby daddies. Nobody's not hating. Nobody's not jealous, because the truth of the matter is, if they cut all your stamps off today, dear, you are in trouble. Which further brings me to my next point, which I was going to save till later, but I'm going to just go ahead and say it. The fact that you will come on TikTok and brag about how much you get in stamps, you are setting yourself up to lose your benefits, okay? Because somebody can use this against you. All they got to find out is what county you live in, what area you live in, and find the local welfare department within that same county. And all they got to do is send a caseworker there this footage. Okay? Because you're not saying anything about I have a job, or, you know, I'm going to college. After a while, this can open a can of worms. Because hopefully you did not lie or falsify any information in order to obtain EPT. Okay? Because I just don't, something just tells me that this broad, the elevator don't go all the way up. She's one sandwich away from a picnic. I don't really think she's that smart. So hopefully she ain't setting herself up to get exposed, because in all honesty, sis, this is nobody's business to know you're getting 3,000 in stamps. But carry on, keep self-snitching.
But at the end of the day, my kids are taken care of. That all that matters.
Okay, again, she's not saying nothing about the baby daddy. She said, all of my kids are taken care of. Taken care of how? What? Just by the system? Just by food stamps? You have not said one thing about either of your 7 baby daddies helping you.
Okay? That's it. That's all that matters. We ain't worried about y'all. Peace.
You know how it goes, she wanna smoke, so I'm just to the
And these are the type of women y'all are getting pregnant. Or these are the type of females dudes are knocking up. I ain't trying to be funny, but her son seemed a little special. No disrespect to him, but carry on. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. First of all, wait a minute. I just thought about something. Her son is 19. That means he should be working. Which means you shouldn't really be getting $3,000 in food stamps. You have an adult who lives with you. But carry on. This is the mindset, the fact that you are bragging about buying Little Caesars pizza with an EPT card. It is the struggle. You gotta really be in a struggle, because Little Caesars pizza is $5, right? So in cash, $20, you get you 4 pizzas. Okay, with tax, I'll say probably about $22, right? So the thing that amazes me, you had to brag about getting $5 Little Caesars pizza with your EPT card. So you ain't making you don't have no other sources of income. You have to use your food stamp card to buy pizza. That's not nothing to be bragging about. See, this is the mindset, but this is what you may have to understand. Anytime you pick up females like this that are easy, 9 times out of 10, she has some type of dysfunctional malfunction mentally. And these are the same type of females that make your life miserable. This is the type of female that will run you to child support every other month asking for an increase. This is your typical tatted up, hood ratted up. These are the type of females that dudes be dumpster diving for. 7 kids, 7 different fathers. Brags about getting $3,000 in food stamps and taking $3,000 of that money to get $5 pizzas from Little Caesars. This is a type of modernized culture. It's that modernized mindset culture of women within this era that have no shame, that have, no disgrace. Back then, getting food stamps, people would kind of be embarrassed about it. Remember when when food stamps came in that big old booklet, right? And you had to take it to the store. Remember, for any of us who grew up in the struggle, you had to take that big old coupon booklet, food stamp booklet, to the store before they put in the cards. And I remember, being embarrassed about that. You trying to fold, you trying to, hurry up and peel peel the coupons out of the booklet to hand to the cashier. I remember the embarrassment of trying to hand it to the cashier quickly, or she got to count each food stamp coupon out loud. I remember the embarrassment. Okay, these females today, they are not embarrassed. In fact, they actually celebrate the fact, and this one clearly displayed that they are living a good life off of food stamps, off of the assistance. And it's not just food stamps. They feel the same way with housing. They brag about living in housing. They brag about living in the projects. They brag about Section 8. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you're getting assistance from Section 8, I mean any governmental assistance, period, Section 8, food stamps, whatever, you don't need to be bragging about how you take care of your children, because you actually aren't the one taking care of your children. It's the system that's taking care of your children. Because if the system decided, if the government decided to shut it down today and say we're no longer giving out EPT, we're no longer giving out food stamps, you're not going to be able to take care of your children. Okay? So I have a problem with women who brag about how they take care of their kids. Because for one, you're supposed to take care of your children because you brought them here. Okay? They are yours. So you don't get no brownie points. And two, it's the system. I've heard women bragging about how they got a nice home for their children, but they ain't showing you them Section 8 vouchers. And this is the thing about it. If you're going to take advantage of the system, use it to where eventually you don't have to depend on it. If you're going to be on stamps or housing for 18 years, what you should be doing while that rent is $100 or $200, what you should be doing is taking some bread and stacking that bread up. That way, by the time your children are 18 years old, you can go and buy you a home. The system sets black women up for failure, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason is because when they give women this type of assistance, they're not ensuring that these women are also saving up and doing other things with their resources. That way, by the time their children are 18 years old, they're not assed out, you know, and don't have nothing to fall back on. You have a lot of females who live off of the system. They basically retire off of it. Basically, until that last child turns 18 years old, they will continue to make a living off of it. And this is the reason why you have a lot of these females, they have multiple children. That's to keep the benefits rolling. Because when that last child turns 18 years old, it stops. So what a lot of them do, if their last child is like 10 or 11, you know they only got 5-6 years left before that child turns 18, what they do is they go ahead and get pregnant again from a pookie somewhere in order to keep those benefits, you know, consistently coming in, you know. So, like I said, the bad part is the system is just contributing, but they don't have the program set up to where these women can still benefit even long-term wise, because you have to realize once your last child turns 18, you no longer get Section 8. You no longer get housing. And if you've been taking your money throughout those whole years of your children, you know, waiting till they get the age of 18, you have nothing to show for. Your money went towards Little Caesars, nail shops, beauty health supply stores, city trends, you know, seafood restaurants, you know, who serve garlic crabs or whatever. That's where your money, the majority of your income went for 18 years. When you could have been taking out money, stacking up your bread. That way, by the time they kick you off Section 8 housing, you can buy you a home now. A lot of these females, they don't do that. They won't do it because, for one, a lot of them they're not educated like that. Two, a lot of them are ignorant, you know. And three, you can't really tell them anything. You get what I'm saying? So, while she's bragging about all of these stamps that she's getting, I hope she has a plan. Because eventually, this stuff is going to come to an end. You know, eventually, something can happen. Rules are changing. The government is getting stricter about how they're giving out food stamps. You don't know who the next president may be, where they may decide to change the rules and make it stricter for, you know, women to be able to get food stamps. You just can never really, you know what I mean? You cannot depend wholeheartedly off the system. The system is changing significantly. They're changing the rules. They're making it harder, you know, and they're making it more difficult. So, I say all that to say this. You get what I'm saying? That I think is relatively disturbing anytime you have a female that has to do a TikTok video and brag about getting $3,000 in EPT food stamps. She's not bragging about one day she hopes to own a home. She's paying towards a home that she's going to own in a couple of years. She's not bragging about, you know, starting her own business. You know, she's bragging about food stamps. That's how small her mindset is. And these are the type of women you don't need to be allowing to breed your seed. This is what happens, y'all. She better hope somebody don't expose her for this. Anyway, before y'all leave, hit that like button. Let me know what y'all think about this, right? This is interesting. EPT queen, honey, bragging about getting food stamps on TikTok. Y'all have a good one. I'll holler at y'all later. Take care.